Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And obviously, the sun's not up yet, and I'm in my living room, and my camera on my laptop doesn't pick up light like it's supposed to. So I do apologize. And I suppose I could go buy one of those things that you stand up behind it, that gives the light. But as of right now, I really don't feel that I need one. Because I like the ambiance of being able to talk to you kind of in a dark setting, to be quite honest. I'm having my coffee, and I've been sitting here thinking about the videos that I did on Facebook Reels yesterday. And I'm not alone in what I said. There was a few people, not many, but it had gotten over 500 views on Facebook Reels, more than what I get on TikTok. But what I find interesting is the conversations that I had with two individuals, how they attempted to say how closed-minded I was. And whenever I told them that they were entitled to their opinion, and told them that I would pray for them, and I took the softer approach, they got mad and they got irate. See, this is the thing with the left, and I'm in the middle, is someone on the right, you can argue with them, and it's over, it's done with. You're entitled to your opinion. But people on the left, it's either my way or the highway. And for a lot of years, I saw through that same lens. But as I started to grow and mature and understand, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't have to agree with it. And that's always been the problem with those on the left, is they have the audacity to say you're so closed-minded, but when someone brings a countering idea or opinion, they won't hear it. They want no part of it. But see, I stand upon the Word of God, not of the world. I used to be of the world. That's why I don't have to accept it. I know what the world is like. I mean, I can see and understand and have sympathy and empathy for your opinion, but at the end of the day, I've always stood on what I believe to be solid and true, and I don't wave from my opinions. What I believe is what I believe. But as I look through the times of past, and I reflect upon all those years, how I lost a lot of friends because I was so close-minded, that I was unwilling to listen to their opinion, to their side of the story, that it always had to be my opinion. And to be quite honest, that's a very narcissistic point of view. Well, you just have to accept, no, I don't. I'm a human being with a mind that can think. And I can look at all avenues and decide what I want to believe. I don't have to believe in what you think. I'm not a mindless robot. And that's exactly what the left wants. And the right, too, to a certain extent. The far right, the far left. They're both one and of the same. But see, what I find interesting about both sides is they don't want education. They don't want smart people. They don't want intellects, because whenever you are any of those, then you start questioning the dogmatic ideas. And one would say, well, you're a Christian, aren't you that way anyway? I believe in the Word of God because of my experience with God. and what he's done in my life. And see, to those that don't believe, it's a very narcissistic principle because it's always I, and it's rooted in selfishness. It's they always try to say, well, it's for the greater good, whatever that greater good is, but they can never give you a clear definition. Because at the end of the day, it's still about self. Whenever individuals say love is love, it's only love is whenever it's geared towards a certain group of people or a certain idea. But in reality, do you love your enemy? Do you? Do you have compassion for your enemy? Or are you filled with rage and hate? And I'm talking about both sides. That your closed-mindedness keeps you from having a very objective view and perception of what's going on around you. That you only surround yourself with like-minded people. And if they're not like-minded, then you have a problem with that. When you've seen the things that I've seen, and you've been to the places that I've been to, you have a very broad mind, because I've seen other cultures, I've seen other religions, I've experienced a lot of things in my life. And I've seen the greatness of God. And I've seen the wickedness of the devil. But I believe what I believe because of what I've seen. The greatness in this world and sheer poverty that most watching this video will never comprehend. Because you've never seen that kind of poverty or walked in my shoes, and I've never walked in your shoes. So whenever you judge somebody, think back, stop and think for a second. Why do they believe what they believe? They're entitled to their opinion, whether you want to accept it or not. But if you get mad because someone's against your ideals and your principles, then you're being just as closed-minded as they are at the end of the day. This country was founded on the idea of free exchange of ideas. Freedom to worship who you want to, or not. The ability to carry and bear arms. The Constitution is a very fabric. But a lot of times those that argue think that the Constitution was only written for them and that it does not apply to anybody outside of what they think or deem. And that's a sad situation. Life is too short to be angry and to be that mad because life is passing you by. And while you're filled with so much rage and anger, the rest of us are living our life. And it's sailing on by you. And before you know it, life has moved on. You're old, alone, and you wonder why. So, just some food for thought. Y'all have a wonderful day.